Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, race number 6 at Gulfstream Park on Florida Derby Saturday is the Grade 3 $100,000 Ghostzapper. We're going 1 1/8 on the main track. Let's take a look at this field. We have last year's beaten favorite in the Florida Derby, the 6th Greatest Honor, making his second start off of a lengthy layoff. With that last race under his belt, it's not out of the realm of possibility that he'll fire his best shot, getting back to Gulfstream and getting back out to 1 1/8.
Yeah, reasonable to assume that he probably needed that race then after missing nearly a full year. He just sort of went evenly in that Challenger, but it does feel like he could take a big step forward here. They have an odds-on favorite to get past, though.
Now, he doesn't have a lot of early speed, Greatest Honor. The favorite from the Pletcher barn, Fearless, does have tactical speed. We'll talk about if he really wants 1 1/8 or not. We take a look at the Timeform US pace projector. I wholeheartedly agree with Timeform US's assessment that the 2 Laughing Boy will get to the lead. It'll be very interesting to see where Luis Saez places Fearless, because I think he can get close if the pace is slow.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those horses. He's not, a total plotter, but if you want to keep him close to the pace, you better start riding him from the gate because he's sort of a one-geared horse. I think the key to this whole pace, Dan, I do think Laughing Boy is going to make the lead. The key to the pace to me is the 3 Carlos L, who does have a little bit of speed. He's been, showing it in longer races recently, but this is a horse who showed that he could be on the lead going 6 furlongs in the past.
He's going to have to come off a little bit of a layoff. Perhaps he'll show some fresh speed. We'll talk a little bit about a horse that is also expected to be close to the pace, and that's the number 1, Commandeer, who won his first 2 starts last year for trainer Jimmy Toner, and then they ran him in the Pegasus World Cup. They took a shot, just draw a line through that race. He had no chance in there. He's getting a lot of class relief. He is tactical enough to stay close, but when he beat Laughing Boy 2 starts back, he had all the best of it from a race flow standpoint. It was a very fast pace, and he ran him down late.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to know that he's versatile like that, I suppose, Dan. If they're going to go fast in front of him, he'll sit back, and if they go a little slower, he'll keep closer. Those are positives for Commandeer. It's very true, though, what you say about that race at Churchill back on November 25th. I mean, to say Laughing Boy ran the best race there would certainly be an understatement, but this horse did what he had to do, and he took advantage.
Laughing Boy is going to have to go 1 1/8 off the layoff. We haven't seen him since around Thanksgiving time, but I agree with you. I think he might have run the best race at Churchill Downs over that wet track because he went very fast early. He took a lot of heat. He put away everybody else. He just couldn't fend off Commandeer. He might not have to expend as much energy to get to the front in here, and that makes him dangerous because he has upside.
Yeah, he has upside, he has speed, and I think it's, certainly worth pointing out too, Dan, not only were the last 2 starts of his 3-year-old campaign the 2 best races of his life, but when he won that allowance race at Keeneland going 1 3/16, he sat very comfortably. A long shot went to the lead. This horse had no problem with that. He let that horse go. He sat off him, and he won very easily. This horse has some talent. He's dangerous in here.
This is obviously a tough spot for the 3 Carlos L as he returns from about a 10.5-month layoff, but this horse is versatile enough to win at 6.5. He's versatile enough to win at 1.5 miles. We haven't seen him since May when he was washed off the turf. You would have thought that would have really worked to his advantage in a field full of turf horses. He didn't fire very well. I'm assuming something must have went wrong that day.
Yeah, me too. It's been a long time since we've seen him. So, we'll see if he needs one off the layoff, and then we'll see if he, can handle horses like this. Not that there's a bunch of killers in here, but it's a pretty tough spot. I mean, I got to give him some credit for winning that 1.5 mile race down at Oaklawn last March. He beat Lone Rock in that race at a huge price. I mean, Lone Rock was rolling at that time, and this horse managed to beat him with a solid figure too.
He will show some speed off the layoff. It'll be interesting to see how fast he has to go in the early portion of this race. Fearless loves Gulfstream Park. 7 starts, 4 wins, 3 seconds. He was just in against a better horse last time out. In Speaker's Corner, going a one-turn mile, he saved ground behind the leaders. He was hard-ridden on the turn. He got to the outside. Speaker's Corner went bye-bye. Fearless was able to hold on for second. He is an honest horse. He has fast races. He has run well at a mile and an eighth. Do you think this is his distance, or is he more of a sort of a one-turn mile type?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't love him going the 9 furlongs, and I don't necessarily think longer distances help him. I also don't necessarily think they hurt him. We'll just see what kind of trip he can pull in this race. Obviously, it's a little bit of clash relief. Speaker's Corner in the last 2 starts. He's just not going to be able to beat that horse. But I thought he actually ran representative races both times. He's the horse to beat in here. I don't mind taking a shot against him at a really short price, but he's the horse to beat.
To me, the most fascinating entrant in the race is the number 5, Capo Costello, who won 11 of 15 starts in Panama, multiple Group 1 winner there. He made his North American debut for an excellent trainer. This is Team Latruska, and he couldn't have found a tougher race. He caught Olympiad first time here. Olympiad came back to win 2 graded stakes races at the fairgrounds with buyers of 102 and 103 respectively.
Yeah, and it just sort of looked like this horse probably needed that race too, Dan. He didn't break sharply from the gate. He was actually briefly last early. Then he got sort of in behind horses on the first turn. He didn't, do a ton of running after that, but he also didn't completely quit in the stretch. I don't know what to say about him. I have a tough time evaluating his form from South America, but obviously distance is no problem, and I just suspect he'll run a better race this time.
Greatest Honor was firmly on the Kentucky Derby trail in 2021 after winning the Holy Bull and the Fountain of Youth at Gulfstream. He was third as the favorite in the Florida Derby, and then he disappeared. Supposedly he had bone bruising. Shugga gave him plenty of time to recover. He did not run well in his 2022 debut, the Challenger, but he caught a wet track, and he already had the built-in excuse of the layoff.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess when you watch that race back, it just sort of looked like maybe he needed one, Dan. He didn't get totally outrun there, but he saved a lot of ground. When Jose Ortiz started asking him, coming into that far turn, this horse just couldn't keep up. He actually wound up last at the top of the stretch, and then he ran on a little bit at the end. I thought all in all, just as a jumping off point, I guess it was fine. He better improve in a hurry.
12-Volt Man completes the field. He really likes this distance. He won the Claiming Crown Jewel after a wonderful trip and ride 2 starts back. They shipped him up to New York after that race, and he caught kind of a tough field in the Jazzle. He was well beaten by First Constitution. The 4th place horse came back to be stakes placed at Laurel with a perhaps inflated 102 buyer speed figure. This horse has some upside. I just think he kind of caught a tough spot here.
Yeah, I agreed. I don't, see the race that he's run yet anyway that makes me want to bet him against this field, Dan. But I do think he can get a good trip in this race.
Top pick time for the Ghostzapper on Florida Derby Saturday. Laughing Boy, Mike, you're going to be hoping that the other speed, Carlos L., leaves him alone.
Yeah, or if that horse goes, then I'm just hoping that Leparoux doesn't get crazy there and try to race that horse. Just sit off him and try to take him when you can. I'm just going to take a shot here that he can maybe beat Fearless, Dan. Fearless is the horse to beat, but I don't mind taking a shot against that horse.
I agree with you. I have to use Laughing Boy as my second pick. I think 8-1 on the morning line is very, very fair. And I think that last race was underrated. He might have run the best race. Fearless has the fast races. He likes Gulfstream. 4-5. No, sir. I think there's a chance maybe he'll drift up a little bit with horses like Greatest Honor in this field. 2-4-6-1 for Mike. 4-2-6-3 for me in the grade 3 Ghostzapper at Gulfstream on Saturday. Good luck.